Today I'm going to share 8 tips and things you can do to make more sales on eBay. And I've broken these 8 things down into 3 different parts. The first part is going to be all about getting really good at the basics, because without these things, anything you do moving forward isn't going to have that much of an impact. So in this part, we're going to focus on laying a solid foundation, and I'm going to share 3 very important basics that you should focus on. Part 2 is going to be feeding the algorithm. And in this part, I'm going to explain what the algorithm is and how it works, and 2 ways to activate it so that your listings show up for potential buyers. Part 3, we're going to focus on eBay selling tools. Compared to other selling platforms, eBay reigns supreme in this area. They have so many different seller tools for us to use to help us increase our sales. So in this part, I'm going to be going over 3 eBay seller tools that I use on the daily basis that have been helping me steadily increase my sales. Let's get started with the basics. If you are not new to eBay, all of this is probably going to be stuff that you've heard before, or maybe you haven't, or maybe you just need a reminder. And also sometimes hearing things explained in a different way can really help it stick in your mind so that you remember it moving forward. Either way, I encourage you not to skip this part, to listen to it and really let this information soak in, because everything else that I mentioned in the rest of the video isn't going to work unless you have the basics down first. The first thing here is to list things people want to buy. In the beginning, it is okay to list things from around your home, anything that you have on hand that you can get started with, it's okay. This will give you the ability to practice with all the things that reselling entails, like taking the pictures, listing, pricing, and shipping, and all of that good stuff. But once you actually go outsourcing for items to list on eBay, it is a very smart move to be a lot more intentional with the things you're picking up to list. You want to try to make sure they are things that people actually want to buy on the eBay site. Now, there is no 100% way to always be sure of this. There's no 100% way to always tell if something is going to be a home run or not. But there are 2 things that will at least increase your chances. And the first thing is to focus on listing seasonal items. And by this, I mean the obvious. When it's around spring and summer, you'll want to list things for the hot weather. So when it comes to clothing, that will be things like shorts, swimwear, and sandals. But you could also focus on picking up things for hiking, for the outdoor, that kind of supplies that people will need when they're doing outdoor activities. And when it comes to the fall and winter, then you'll want to focus on sourcing and listing things for the cold weather. When it comes to clothing, that's going to be some scarves, some beanies, coats, boots, but also you can look out for things such as skiing and snow supplies and gear. Aside from those obvious seasons though, you will also want to take into consideration holidays and events coming up. Things like Valentine's Day, the Super Bowl, graduations, New Year's, Christmas. Just think about how retail stores operate. They're always thinking ahead of the game. They're always changing around their marketing and their store layouts to make it more appealing to events happening at the moment. You basically want to mimic that same strategy. Always think ahead and pivot with the seasons and the events that are coming up. Another thing that's going to help you make sure that you're picking up desirable items to sell on eBay is to learn to do comps. Doing comps basically means you're going to go to the thrift store or wherever you plan to do your sourcing. When you find an item that you think is worth picking up, you're going to validate that on the eBay app by searching for that very item to see how it's doing on eBay. Then you're going to use all that information you find to help you decide whether the item is in fact a good idea to pick up or not. As an example, I'm going to use these black boots right here. Say I just found these at the thrift store and I'm trying to decide whether I should pick them up or not. The first thing I'm going to do in this case is pull up the eBay app on my phone. Then we're going to tap the search bar at the top. In there, we're going to start off by putting in the brand name of the item we're considering. So in this case, these are some Coach boots. If the item has a style name, go ahead and put that next. These boots are called the Beverly boots. So I'll go ahead and type that in. And then we can put in the color and the category. So these are some black boots and they are mid-calf. So I will put that in next. Then we'll just go ahead and click enter so that it can start searching for us to see what kind of information I can find about these boots on the eBay app. So that was easy enough. eBay did bring up several listings that have that Coach Beverly in their title, but it's not always this easy. And I do have a video called How to Find Style Names and Stock Photos. So if you need some more help in this area, go watch that video. I'll leave it linked right here. There I show many other ways to find items online when you're looking for comps, or if you're just looking for stock photos to add to your listings. But now that I do have the boots pulled up on the eBay app, there are three very important pieces of information I want to look at from these search results. The first of them being active similar listings. That way I can see how much these boots or very similar boots to these are being sold for right now on eBay. So I'll just give a quick scroll through these search results, look at the listings, check out the prices that they're listed for. All of these prices are what these sellers expect to get for these very boots. And that is very important information to know, because in order to compete with these sellers, I am going to have to price these boots around a similar range. But even more important to know is how much these boots have actually sold for in the past. To get to that information, you're going to click on those three little lines that are up at the top right hand side next to the word filter. Then you're going to scroll down to where it says show more with the little down arrow. And the sold filter is going to be one of the last ones. So just scroll down until you get to it. It says sold items. We're going to toggle that on. Click on show results at the bottom. And now eBay is going to show me how much these boots or boots similar to this one have sold in the past 90 days. So again, I would just scroll through here, look at the listings, and look at the prices they have sold for. Those two pieces of information right there, looking at the active listings and the sold listings, is going to be helpful information to give you an estimate of about how much you can expect to sell an item for, which in turn is going to help you decide whether the item you're considering is worth paying the price you're about to pay. Another very important piece of information to know is sell-through rate. And this just basically means, will your item sell fast, or is it going to sit around a long time before it sells? This information is very important to know because you want to be able to make a return on your investments quickly. This is especially true for beginners. The faster you make back your investment, the more money you'll have to reinvest in new inventory in order to keep your store growing. When you search for an item on the eBay app, towards the bottom, it will tell you how many results show up for that item you search. So in this case, for Coach mid-calf boots, there are 822 results. You can also click on that filter icon, those three little lines, and at the bottom in blue, it'll also show you how many results are available for sale. And when it comes to the sold listings, you'll again activate that sold filter by clicking on that blue show more text. Toggle on sold items, and again at the bottom in blue text, it will show you how many items of this or similar items have sold in the past 90 days. Once you look at those two numbers, all you're going to do is compare. If there are a lot of sold listings compared to active listings, that means the item is a hot seller. That means it's selling quickly and you will get your return on investment really quick. If there aren't that many solds compared to active listings, that means that item is selling pretty slowly and you'll probably have to wait a while before it sells. And if the results are about 50-50, then you'll have a 50-50% chance of that item selling quickly. That is a very simplistic way of explaining how to do comps. This topic can get really complex, and it's actually an area that I'm still learning about and refining myself. So in the future, when I do develop a solid process and technique on how to do comps, I will make a more in-depth tutorial on it. But I think that is a very good starting point for beginners. Another important basic that I cannot not mention in this video is that you need to take clear, detailed photos of your items. Even if you do all the work necessary to make sure that you're picking up items that people actually want to buy, if your photos are trash and they are not doing the item justice to show it in a professional manner, people are just going to skip right past it, and you're going to be missing out on a lot of sales. This is something that I discussed in part 1 of this video series, and I also do have a couple of other videos where I talk all about the equipment, angles, lighting, and just a lot of other tips that are going to help you take professional looking photos for your listings on eBay. I will leave all of those videos linked down in the description, so go check them out if you feel that you need help in this area, because it is really important that you master this before moving forward. The next very important basic you're going to want to do to make more sales on eBay is to list as often as possible. Again, with the retail store mentality, could you imagine if Zara, Nordstrom, Nike, or any other retail store only kept about 20 items on display in their stores, and they waited to sell those out before putting up more for sale in their stores? People would have no reason to go back to those stores again and again, because the chances of them finding something for themselves to buy would be a lot lower than if they had hundreds and hundreds of items up for sale. The same goes with your eBay store. You need to be listing as often as possible so that you grow your store, grow your inventory, and you have a lot more options for people to choose from. You'll have a lot more colors, sizes, styles, categories, and people will be a lot more likely to find something to buy from you. For beginners, I really recommend you start off by setting a small goal for yourself. Maybe focus on listing about 2 items every day to start off with. So when you go out sourcing, make it your intention to pick up 14 solid items to list throughout the week. Once you're doing good with that for about a month or 2, then you can increase that to about 3 to 4 listings every single day. So then when you go to the thrift store, you're going to focus on finding about 21 to 28 items to list throughout that week. Setting small goals like this and then slowly moving up gives you the chance to take your time when you're barely learning. That way you can take it slow, make sure that you're doing your comps so that you're picking up items that people actually want to buy, and also it'll give you time to invest slowly and learn slowly. Learn what sells and what doesn't, learn what sourcing spots are good and which ones aren't, and then when you're ready to invest more heavily, you'll be making better investments since you have a lot more experience. So those are the 3 basics. You want to make sure you're listing desirable items, things that people actually want to buy. You want to focus on making sure that your pictures are on point, and you have to list consistently. Once you have those 3 basics down pat, then you'll be ready to move on to the next part, which is to feed the algorithm. Most online platforms like social media and selling platforms run off of an algorithm. These algorithms go around gathering data that they will then use to figure out where to put content on their site and who to show this content to. In eBay's case, they will take information from you, the seller, things such as your seller level, how active you are, and your customer service. They will also take data from the listings you create on their selling platform. So they'll look at the words you use in your title, your pictures, and what boxes you check off in the description. eBay will then take that information to determine where to place your listings on their site. They will either place them way up high in the search results where they will have a lot more visibility, or they will place them way down low where they have a lower chance to sell. So that's the gist of how algorithms work. But the main takeaway is that you want to be feeding eBay's algorithm what it wants. That way it shows your listings to the right people at the right time when they are browsing for something to buy on their site. This topic can get very lengthy because there are so many things you can do to be on eBay's algorithm's good side. But today I chose two very important ones to talk about. The first of them being be active daily. That's one of the main things that feeds eBay's algorithm, daily activity, because then the algorithm will have a lot more information to work with to know where to place your stuff. If you don't give it any sort of information with some sort of activity on the daily basis, over time, your items are going to drop lower and lower in the search results, where again, they will have less visibility and less chance to sell. And there are many things you can do to be active on eBay on the daily basis. I think some of them hold more weight than others, but these two that I'm about to share are one of the most beneficial that are going to give you a lot more bang for your buck. And the first one is to list daily. This is one of the best daily activities that you can do. List every day. This is going to help you grow your store. And as we talked about earlier, with a larger store, you'll have a lot more options for people to choose from. So that is very beneficial there. But aside from that, it's also going to help you out with the algorithm. Listing at least a few items every single day is going to signal to eBay that you are in fact an active store. Then a lot more buyers are going to be drawn to your store. You're likely to start making a lot more sales. Hopefully those sales will lead to reviews, and if those are good reviews, that's going to show eBay that you are a reputable seller who delivers great service. Then they're likely to send even more buyers your way. And once you're in that cycle, you'll be well on your way to making consistent sales on eBay. But I know that listing on the daily basis can sometimes be easier said than done. Sometimes life gets in the way, you get busy. So for those days where you cannot list anything, the next best thing to do for daily activity on eBay is to end and sell similar. This is basically the equivalent of relisting on other selling platforms. And the idea here is that you want to delete and remove old stale listings that are just sitting around and not going anywhere, and you're going to list them as brand new listings. This is going to give that item a refresher and hopefully boost it in the algorithm. On eBay, when you list an item, it will run for a complete 30 days. If that item does not sell within those 30 days, eBay will automatically renew that listing for you. The thing is, when eBay renews a listing for you automatically after those 30 days of it not selling, it's not necessarily considered a brand new listing. It's just a renewed listing. Therefore, you're not going to get the benefits that a brand new listing would, and that's mainly a refresher and more visibility. But with and sell similar, you're going to do this manually. Instead of letting eBay do it for you automatically, you're going to go in and relist your own items. And then it will be considered a brand new listing. Let me show you how this works. To renew your listings via and sell similar, you're going to want to go to your seller hub. And you get to that by clicking on the sell button here on the eBay website. That'll bring you to this page that has a bunch of tabs on top. The one we're going to go to is the listings tab. If you scroll down, you'll see all of your listings here, and this very last column here tells us how many days are left before this item is renewed automatically by eBay. We're going to go through and select the ones that will renew in the next day or day and a half or so. So to select them, we'll click this checkbox right here on each one. Once you're done selecting the ones you want to end and sell similar, you're going to click on Actions, End Listings. Go ahead and confirm by clicking End Listings again on this window. Now those 5 listings that you've just ended have moved here to the Ended tab under Listings. So we're going to go ahead and click that option. So this here shows all of the listings that have ended, either because you deleted them off of eBay because they sold somewhere else, or you just didn't want them up for sale on eBay anymore. The ones we're going to select are the ones that we just ended, and you can tell which ones they are because they will all have the same timestamp here on the side. So it was these 5 right here. Now that I have those selected, we're going to go ahead and click on Sell Similar. And that's going to bring us to this bulk edit page. Here you could just click submit all 5 and all of these would be listed back on eBay. But I recommend that you make some changes to make your listings better. That just gives it a higher chance that it will be seen as a brand new listing on the eBay site. If you click submit all right here and you list all these just as is and don't make any changes, it may still be seen as just the same listing. So go ahead and go through the categories, make sure all of those are correct, make sure that your item specifics here are filled out as much as possible, and maybe you can switch around the title a little bit or drop down a few dollars off of your buy it now price. If it's taken a long time to sell, maybe that will get it going. But once you're done doing all of the changes you want, go ahead and click on submit all. Submit again on this window and done. Another thing you can do to feed the algorithm is to fill out as many item specifics as possible when you're creating your listings. And that's those right here. Again, this is something we talked about in depth in eBay video part 2. I talked about how to fill out all of these specifics right here, but today I just want to share why it's so important to do so. So to review these specifics at the top called required, you cannot list your item if you don't have them filled out here on the side. These additional specifics though, they're not required. You do have the option to fill them out or not. But it is in your best interest to fill out as many as possible because this is super useful data that the algorithm will use to match up your item with the right buyer. To show you what I mean, I did a search for women's black comfort dress shoes. Most of these search results that I'm presented with have 1 or more words that I use to do my search in their title. These, for example, right here have the word comfort because I have the word comfort here when I did my search. Here, these also have the word comfort, but there are some that don't have that word in their title, yet they still show up. And that is because they checked the word comfort under their optional item specifics. Like these, for example, I'm going to go ahead and open them up in a new tab. And as you can see, there is no word comfort in their title. But if I scroll down to their item specifics right here, we can see under features, they have selected the word comfort. When they created their listing, that is why they show up. Those additional specifics that are optional also show up here as filters on the side for buyers, so they can click to narrow down their search. For example, if they wanted to see black comfort dress shoes, but they wanted it to be more workwear, they can click this box here. If your item has that specific checked when you created your listing, it'll show up in their results here on the side. And if you didn't check that workwear additional specific, then it has a lower chance that it'll show up for them here as an option for them to buy. So really, eBay has created all of these specifics because they know that this is what people search the most for. So if you fill out as many as you can, you just give your listing a higher chance to show up when someone does a search for something to buy on eBay.
Let's move on to part 3, which is using eBay seller tools. Out of all the listing platforms that I've tried, eBay is the one that gives us sellers the most tools to help us increase our sales. They have so many that I have not even gotten around to trying all of them. Some of them I'm still learning about and testing out. But today I'm going to share 3 that I have tried and seen some success with. The first one that I want to talk about is one of my favorite ones, and that is coupons. Who doesn't love a coupon? They've been around for ages, which goes to show how powerful this marketing strategy can be to encourage buyers to go through with a sale, which is why I'm so glad that eBay offers this option to us sellers.
To create a coupon, you're going to go again to your Seller Hub, and this time we're going to go to the Marketing tab. There you will see a blue Create Coupon button. We're going to go ahead and click that. That moves us to the Promotion tab, where we can click on Create Promotion, and the type of promotion we're going to create today is coupon, so we'll select that option. That brings us to this form where we will fill out all of this information to create our coupon. The first information you have to put is a coupon code. This can be up to 15 characters, but it must be unique, so no other seller can be using it on eBay. Next, we have offer name, and this is information that no one else will see. This is just for personal use, for you to keep track of all of your coupons and their performance. Next, you're going to tell eBay whether you want this coupon to be a private coupon or a public coupon. You're going to select private if you want this to be a coupon that only select individuals will be able to use. Only people who have the code to this coupon can use it. And the public one is going to be broadcasted all across eBay. When someone comes across one of your listings or your eBay store, they will be able to see the coupon code and use it. Next, we're going to decide what kind of coupon this is going to be. If you click here on Show More, you'll see that they have so many different options. You can stick to just a % off or a % off when they hit an item limit. You can do a BOGO sale, so they buy one, get one free, or you can do buy one, get one 50% off if you wanted to as well. We're just going to keep it simple for this one and go with an extra 20% off. Next, we get to usage limits, and this is where you're going to set up how you want your coupon to be used. Here you can set a max amount that someone can save using your coupon, and here you can tell eBay how many times someone can use your coupon. If you put no limit, then they will be able to use it as many times as they want, or you can have them use it just one time. You could also set a budget for your coupon by selecting this right here. If I were to put 200 right here, once all the savings combined from people using the coupon hits this 200, then eBay will allow anyone else to use that coupon. Then we have item eligibility, and this is where you tell eBay which items from your store are eligible for this coupon. It can be all inventory, just specific categories, or you can even do just specific items. You could also choose items that are within a certain price range from your store as well, or an item condition, whether it's new or used. We'll just keep it at all inventory for this one. Next, we're going to add a description for our coupon. It needs to be something short and to the point. Then you'll add a photo to go with your coupon. You most likely won't want to use one of these that eBay is suggesting, so go ahead and click add, and you'll be able to get one from your files on your computer. And by the way, I created this coupon using Canva. There they have lots of different templates that you can use for coupon images just like this one. All you have to do is go to canva.com, and I always select this Instagram post because this 1080 by 1080 is a very good size to use for the coupons on eBay, so I'll go ahead and click that one. Then here on the search bar, you can search for any sort of sale you want to have. A Christmas sale, 20% off sale. You can even put something like spring sale, and there you'll have lots of different templates you can use to create your coupon. Click on the one you like. That will move it over here where you can start editing the different colors, the text, the fonts. I will leave a link to Canva down in the description if you'd like to try it out. Moving back to our coupon though, the last thing we have to do is set our duration of the coupon. If you want to schedule this coupon to go live at a later date, just click this box right here and set when you want to start and when you want it to end. If you want it to be live right then and there as you're creating it, then just set an end date and that's it. I'm going to leave this suggested one, but you can always go in here and click a certain day and even a certain time here. On the side here, just go ahead and review your coupon, check out your preview,
you, and if you like how everything looks, go ahead and click on launch coupon. And now if you go to one of your listings, you will see the coupon at the top, and this is what people will see when they come across your listing. And if I highlight my title and paste it into the eBay search bar, here are these boots that I have listed for sale, and right below it, it's advertising my coupon that I created.
The next eBay seller tool is kind of like coupons, but it's a little bit more personalized, and that is to send offers to interested buyers. When people are browsing eBay, looking around for something to buy, and they see something that catches their eye, they will sometimes click that little heart icon next to the item, and this will add that item to their watch list. Then you'll be notified of this, and that is your cue to let you know that someone is interested in your item. And sending out an offer with a few dollars off the listing price could be that extra little nudge they need to go ahead and purchase that item from you.
To see what items have been added to buyers' watch list in your seller hub under listings, if you scroll down here, you'll see an option that says quick filters. There you'll always see this that says send offers /eligible anytime someone has something in their watch list, and therefore you're able to send them an offer. So I'm going to go ahead and click that. I'll go ahead and select this item, and if I had multiple items, I could select all of them at the same time and send one bulk offer, which makes it a lot easier and faster. But for now, let's just go ahead and click this blue send offers button. Here at the top, you can select whether you want to send this offer an dollar amount off or a percentage amount off. I'm going to go with the percentage off and put 18%. If you want this offer to be sent out automatically, next time someone watches this item, go ahead and check this box right here. And if not, you can just leave it unchecked. If you want to send a coupon along with your offer, click here, then select your coupon down here. This coupon message right here is a default message that eBay puts here, as well as this offer message right here. So you can leave what eBay put there, or you can always delete it and type in your own. Review your offer and all of its details, make sure everything looks okay, and go ahead and click send.
The next eBay seller tool is promoted listings. Listings that are promoted on eBay show up higher in the search results when someone is browsing for something to buy.
With the example from earlier, women's black comfort dress shoes, here in the search results, you can see that the ones at the top say sponsored right below their listings. This means that these sellers are promoting these listings. And if I click on one, scroll past the initial listing information, right here at the bottom, you'll see similar sponsored items. These sellers also turned on the promotion feature on their listings, which is why they show up here. And then we have more listings that says sponsored items. Customers also bought. These sellers also paid to have their items promoted here.
Aside from eBay, your promoted listings could also be shown on Google and other external sites. So this is a great tool to drive traffic to your listings. And when that traffic gets there, if you have all of your basics in place, your pictures are good, and your items are things that people actually want to buy, then this could be a great opportunity for you to increase your sales.
The promoted listing option is found when you're creating your listing. So scroll all the way to the bottom, and one of the very last sections here is called promoted listings. If you want to turn it on, just go ahead and toggle this on here on the side. If you do decide to turn on promoted listings, you will have to give eBay a percentage of your sale for promoting your item, but the good thing is you get to choose what that percent is. So that's what you'll put right here. You can choose anything from 2 to 10%, but the higher percentage you're willing to pay, the higher visibility your item will have.
The good thing about promoted listings is that you won't be charged for the ad if the item doesn't sell via the ad. So if someone comes across one of your listings organically, not by a sponsored placement, then you won't be charged that percentage. So the risk is very low when you use this tool, and that's why I think it's worth experimenting with. You can always start with something low, like a 2% ad rate, and you'll always be able to see the performance of your ads in your seller hub. Under the marketing tab, there's an option called advertising dashboard.
There you have access to all the information you need to determine if promoting listing is worth it for you or not. That concludes this 3-part eBay beginners video series, but in the future I do want to create more eBay specific videos. So if you have any ideas or tutorials that you'd like me to make sure to leave those requests down in the comments below, or any other kind of reselling videos you'd like to see. Leave that in the comments below. And that's all for me today. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you next time.